Hello, my name is Jason, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to make Italian sauce. This will be good for when you make pizza. It's also good on spaghetti as well. So, ingredients you're going to need. You are going to need tomato sauce, tomato paste, Italian seasoning, garlic powder, salt, and sugar. Now, first thing you're going to do is get a saucepan, put it on the stove, turn it about to 4, and you take your sauce and pour it in. Then you want to take your paste, take a spoon, put it in, and then put it in. Now, real quick, every time you put in the paste, you always want to grab like a spatula and mix it around, because if you don't mix it properly, it will get this sort of pasty consistency. And as much as it'll be good for that, then yeah. Okay, that's mixed in. Also, if you have any excess sauce or seasonings stuck to the side of your pan, you could take your spatula and kind of scrape the sides so you have no wasted sauce. After you've added all your paste, you want to scrape off all the excess off the sides. Then we can move on to our seasonings. You want 2 tablespoons of Italian seasoning. There's 1. There's 2. Then you want to go ahead and mix that around until you think that that is all mixed in. And if you have any sticking to the sides, then scrape that off and keep mixing. There we go. Then you will want to add your sugar. You want to add 1/2 teaspoons of this, so 1. Then mix that around. Now, it may seem weird to add sugar into something that's not sweet, but don't worry, it will make it taste great. There we go. Then, you will want to move on to the garlic. You want to take your garlic powder, put 1 teaspoon of that, put it in, and stir. scrape off the excess. Good. Then you'll want to add your salt. Again, another teaspoon. That, and put in your salt. Stir that in. And then after that, you've added all your ingredients, so then you'll want to just mix it around for a little bit. You will want to grab a spoon. You'll want to grab a spoon, put it in your sauce, and then taste it. That's good. Now at this point, if your sauce doesn't have enough, let's say, Italian seasoning, you add more Italian seasoning then. So you can play around with this as much as you like. If you don't like too much Italian seasoning, just add maybe 1 tablespoon, for an example. But that's how you make Italian seasoning. Italian sauce. It's good for pizza, spaghetti, and probably other stuff too. My name is Jason, and thank you for making this recipe.
Hello, my name is Maya, and today we are going to be making a grilled ham and cheese. These are the materials you are going to need: a stove, a small non-stick pan, a spatula, a plate, a butter knife, and a cutting board. And the ingredients you are going to need is some pre-wrapped cheese. Any flavor works. I'm using white American. Some ham. I like Black Forest ham, but any flavor of ham will work. Mayonnaise and cooking spray. Okay, first you're going to put your pan on one of the burners. Make sure the burner matches the size of your pan. And then you're going to turn it to about halfway in between medium and high, so 5. And we're going to wait for that to heat up. We're going to put a little bit of cooking spray in the bottom just to help our grilled cheese not stick, just a tiny bit. I realize now that I forgot to say you will also need bread. Any kind works. I'm just using white bread. So while we are waiting for that to heat up, we are going to prep our bread. Okay, so what you're going to do is take your 2 slices of white bread, or any bread you like, and your butter knife. Oh, you're going to put them on your cutting board. Take your butter knife, and we are going to put a little bit of mayonnaise on the facing up sides of our bread. Make sure you get the edges too. Alright, that looks like should be good enough. And now our pan should be warm enough. Be careful, it's hot. And you're going to put one of your bread slices mayonnaise side down on your pan. Now we're going to build on top of this and put, if I can find it, 1 or 2 slices of cheese, depending on how cheesy you like it, but I'm just going to put 1 for now. And get it? I'm going to put 1 for 2 slices of your ham. I'm gonna put 2. Now you're gonna put your other piece of bread, mayonnaise side facing up, mayonnaise side facing up here on top of it, like that. Okay, now we are going to let this toast for 2 minutes, maybe. Because we want each side of the bread to be toasted, but we also want our cheese to be melty. So we're going to go ahead and let this toast for a couple minutes, and we'll be right back. If you want, this can help you check to see if it's done. Very carefully, take your spatula, slide it under one of the corners, and lift it up just a little bit, and you can see if it's getting toasty or not underneath there. I think mine needs to go just a few more minutes, but that's what you can do to check to make sure it's toasted. Alright, my sandwich is done toasting on this one side, so now we're going to flip it. You're going to take your spatula, slide it under a corner, and continue sliding until most of the sandwich gets on your spatula. You want to make sure your spatula is big enough for this. You want to lift it up, bring it over a little bit to the side, and flip it over like that. It may take some practice, but it's not that hard once you get it right. Now we just have to wait for the other side to be done toasting. This side should not take as long as the first side, so we'll just give it a few minutes, and then we will be ready to pull it out and eat it. All we're going to do, and you can keep looking, you can check to see if it's getting toasty or not. It's getting there, but you can use that same technique. Okay, so you can see kind of here on the side, the cheese is starting to get melted, and on the bottom, our bread is nice and toasted. So we're going to take it and put it here on our cutting board again, and you can turn off the heat. Make sure you turn off your oven when you're done using it. Now, with your parents' permission, or have your parents do this, here, I'm going to come a little closer to the camera, you can cut your grilled cheese. I'm going to cut it into triangles, but you can cut it into squares if you prefer that. And we're just going to cut this, set this here, and then, so you can cut it. Make sure you cut through the ham. I need to cut it a little bit more. Make sure you do this over on the counter. I just want you to see. So, there you go. Sorry, the cheese is nice and melted, and the bread is nice and toasted. So I went ahead and put my grilled cheese on a plate. So you're basically done. You can add anything you want to your sandwich. You can use different kinds of cheese, different kinds of ham. You could even use turkey if you prefer that. You know, anything like that. So the mayonnaise gives it a nice flavor on the outside, and it tastes really good. So, okay, you're done.